Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the new Liv and Maddie episode and I am so excited that this show is back, so let's just jump right into it. So we start off with a clip we've already seen from the promo. So Joey and Parker are cleaning the house because everybody is mad at them for ruining the home they grew up in. And I just found this scene to be hilarious. The way everyone is getting mad at them was so funny, and just seeing all these characters interact with one another and seeing how natural it is, I just found this to be a great scene, great start to this episode and to this season. So we're also introduced to Ruby, which is the Rooney's cousin. Now she lives with Aunt Dina, so we're going to see a lot of her, especially because she's in the main cast. I'm not going to lie, I thought I was not going to like this girl. I have no idea why. I just thought she was going to be super annoying, but she actually seems pretty cute, so I'm interested to see how they use this character throughout the season. So we then get a brand new theme song, kind of. It's actually exactly the same, except there's new clips for the Cali style version. I do love the original more. I just find the clips go better with the song, but it is nice to see that they're changing up a bit. So we move into the kitchen for this scene where Karen informs us that their dad is back home in Wisconsin making sure the house is all good, which is nice. I'm happy that they involved him because he is one of my favorite characters, and I'm sad that we won't get to see him this season, especially that we don't get to see his relationship with Maddie, because I just thought that the way those characters were together was just so natural and I absolutely loved it, and I'm really sad we don't get to have any of that this season. So Parker and Joey are worried about starting at a new school. Well, sort of. Parker is super excited and Joey's kind of worried. He was going into his senior year and so he was really excited to be like the top of the school, but now he doesn't know anybody. Whereas Parker is super excited because this is such an intelligence-based school. He's really excited to share his talent. That brings us into a scene with Joey, Dina, and Ruby, where Joey's like trying to find his inner spirit animal or something. I don't know, I guess that was supposed to be funny. I kind of found it a bit pointless, but whatever. So moving on, we learn that Liv, Maddie, and Ruby will be sharing a room this season, which is interesting. I find that the room back home is just so much cooler. I absolutely love that room, so I'm a bit sad that this one isn't as great, but I guess we'll just have to deal with it. They might change it up a bit, who knows. Okay, so Diggy, being the self-centered guy that he is, gives Maddie a portrait of himself, which she then hangs in her room for everybody to see and hate because he's terrible. Liv, being the normal person that she is, wants to destroy the portrait because it's hideous. Ruby also thinks it's ugly, but she doesn't want to hurt Maddie's feelings, right? So she doesn't want to ruin it and make Maddie upset, but Liv's able to convince her because they're gonna be like sisters, and like sisters would do that kind of thing. Anyways, we find out how that works out later on. Then we have Parker, who's starting off at his new school. We meet some new characters, a guy and a girl. I do not remember their names. I don't even know if they were mentioned. But Parker meets a girl, and I'm assuming that girl is going to be his love interest this season, because I do remember that being a thing that he was supposed to have one. And so I'm assuming it's her, but we don't know yet. We also learn about a laser contest, but I don't really care, so moving on. So Parker and Joey are apparently in the same class now. I don't really understand how that works, because considering Joey is a senior, does that mean Parker is in senior classes? But then everyone else is, they look like they're Parker's age, so is everybody in senior classes and Joey's just not as smart as everybody else is? I don't know, they didn't really explain that very well. I'm wondering if Joey's just walking into random classes because he thinks he's cool, which is also interesting. I don't think that'll last long. I'm also wondering if that is why in the promo we see Willow saying that Jillo is over, but you know how Disney does with their misleading promo, so who knows what it could be. So back at home, Ruby prepares to destroy the painting, which I don't understand why she's home and not at school. Like, is it a different day? Does Ruby not go to school? I don't know, it was never explained. I guess people don't care about those details except for me. So she prepares to destroy it, but then she can't go through with it because Maddie talks about how important it is to her for some reason, and Ruby feels guilty, and then she accidentally ruins the Sisters by Chance poster in the process, and so Maddie fixes that, but she doesn't want to tell Liv and hurt her feelings, and so she asks Ruby to keep it a secret, similar to how Liv asked Ruby to keep a secret about destroying the Diggy painting, and so you'll see that parallel play out throughout the episode. So back to the subplot, Parker wins the laser contest and then he gloats about it and everyone gets mad at him and picks on him, but then Joey comes being all cool and saves the day, and that's really all there is to that. So later on, we have Ruby talking to Liv, who apparently sleeps on top of her blankets at night for some reason, which is weird. But anyway, she's telling Ruby that it's okay, we'll just ruin Velvet Diggy tomorrow. Just remember to keep this our little secret. And then she goes and talks to Maddie about basically the same thing. Maddie says that Liv didn't notice about the picture, so we're all good. Just remember to keep this our secret. So this causes Ruby to crack, and she tells them both about what happened and that she didn't realize being a sister meant keeping all these secrets from each other. This is what makes Liv and Maddie realize, oh no, we haven't been acting very cool, and that Ruby's looking up to these girls and that they have to set a good example for what a sister really is. So we finished this episode with them making a brand new Sisters by Chance picture with Ruby involved, which is really interesting. I mean, we all know how much the original Sisters by Chance picture played such a big role throughout the first 3 seasons, so I'm looking forward to see how this new one is incorporated into the storyline for this final season. Okay, so I have to talk about Liv getting that picture of Artie. I could not have been the only one that was hoping it was going to be something from Holden. I mean, they literally said, this is from somebody in Wisconsin, and so my mind was like, Holden! But no, it was just Artie being annoying, and I was so disappointed. Okay, so my thoughts on this episode. I did enjoy it. I just don't think it was a very good first episode, especially for their very last season. Like I said earlier, I felt like there was way too much focus on Parker and Joey. I do enjoy their subplots sometimes. I have found myself enjoying them when they're interesting and something I care about is going on. But in this one, I just didn't care. I'm not sure what it was, but I just really wanted to hear about Liv and Maddie and not them. I am disappointed that we didn't get to hear anything about Maddie starting university. That's a really big step, but we got nothing. Especially for someone who just started university. I wanted to hear about how Maddie was doing, but we didn't get any of that, and I was really disappointed. I also felt like this episode was like an introduction to Ruby, which was interesting. I didn't realize she was going to play such a big role, so I guess we'll see how that plays out. I was also sad Holden wasn't involved, but I guess I kind of knew that he wasn't going to be involved, considering like he hasn't been for a past while. But I just love him and miss him so much. I always want him to be there, even when he's like, it's clear he's not going to be there. Diggy was also involved, which I would never enjoy when he's there. He's not my fave. I was also disappointed that Willow wasn't there, but that happens every time Willow's not in an episode. I just really enjoy her character, so it kind of sucked that she wasn't there. Especially because of Jillo. I wanted to hear about Jillo, but we didn't hear about Jillo. So overall, I'd probably rate this episode like a 7.5 out of 10. But I want to hear what you guys think, so leave a comment below if you liked it, if you didn't like it. I want to read all about it. Leave a like if you like this video, maybe subscribe if you want to see more. I totally have a bunch of other video ideas planned, and I can't wait to show them all to you. Next week is super exciting because we get to hear about Linda and Heather, and I'm so excited, especially because Emmy and Shelby are going to be in it. It's going to be great, so please come back for that. I hope to see you all here again, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye.